Welcome, brave listeners, to World Mysteries. Today, we're diving into the heart of one of America's most enduring and bone-chilling legends, the Jersey Devil, a creature said to stalk the shadowy depths of New Jersey's Pine Barrens. For centuries, this monstrous entity has haunted the dreams of those who live near the sprawling wilderness, its name whispered in fear around flickering campfires. Picture a creature with bat-like wings, glowing red eyes, and a scream that pierces the night like a blade. Are you ready to step into the darkness and uncover the truth behind this terrifying legend? Buckle up, because this tale will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very last word. The year was 1735, and the Pine Barrens of New Jersey were a place of mystery and isolation. This vast, untamed wilderness, stretching over 1,000,000 acres, was a labyrinth of towering pines, murky swamps, and winding rivers that seemed to swallow light itself. In a small, weathered cabin nestled deep within this desolate landscape, a woman named Deborah Leeds lay in the throes of childbirth. Deborah was no stranger to motherhood. She had already brought 12 children into the world. But this birth was different. The air in the cabin was thick with unease, as if the very walls sensed something unnatural was about to unfold. The villagers of the nearby settlement of Leeds Point had long whispered about Deborah. Some said she was a witch, dabbling in forbidden rituals under the cover of night. Others claimed she had crossed paths with a mysterious figure in the woods, a cloaked stranger who offered her a bargain she refused, invoking a curse upon her family. The most chilling rumor was that Deborah, exhausted and embittered by her endless pregnancies, had cursed her unborn child, declaring, "Let this one be a devil," as she writhed in pain. That fateful night, a violent storm battered the Pine Barrens. Lightning tore through the sky, and the wind howled like a chorus of tormented souls. As Deborah's screams echoed through the cabin, she gave birth to her 13th child. But instead of a baby's cry, a guttural, unearthly roar filled the room, sending shivers down the spines of everyone present. According to the terrified midwife, the newborn was no human child. Its body was twisted and grotesque, with leathery wings sprouting from its back, a head like that of a goat with curling horns, and hooves where feet should have been. Its eyes glowed a fiery red, as if lit by the flames of hell itself. Before anyone could react, the creature let out a blood-curdling screech and shot up through the chimney, leaving behind a trail of acrid smoke and the faint smell of sulfur. Deborah collapsed, her screams fading into sobs as the storm outside seemed to rage even harder, as if nature itself was recoiling from the birth of this abomination. From that night forward, the people of Leeds Point spoke of Leeds Devil, a creature born of a curse, doomed to haunt the Pine Barrens for eternity. The Pine Barrens are unlike any other place on Earth. Spanning over 1,000,000 acres, this sprawling wilderness is a maze of dense pine forests, treacherous bogs, and forgotten trails that seem to lead nowhere. The air is thick with the scent of pine and decay, and the sunlight struggles to pierce the canopy, casting long, eerie shadows that seem to move on their own. For the early settlers of New Jersey, the Barrens were a place to be feared, a realm where the line between the natural and the supernatural blurred. As the 18th century gave way to the 19th, tales of the Jersey Devil began to spread like wildfire. Farmers reported finding their livestock slaughtered, their bodies torn apart by claws too large and vicious to belong to any known predator. Hunters spoke of hearing strange noises in the night, high-pitched screeches that seemed to come from the sky, followed by the rustle of wings and the snap of branches. Those brave enough to venture deep into the Barrens told of glimpsing a shadowy figure darting between the trees, its glowing eyes burning through the fog. One such account came from a farmer named Samuel Carter in 1840. Late one evening, as he tended to his fields under a full moon, he noticed his animals growing restless. The air grew heavy, and a strange silence fell over the farm, broken only by a low, guttural growl from the nearby woods. Suddenly, a massive shape soared overhead, its wings casting a shadow that swallowed the moonlight. Samuel froze, his heart pounding, as the creature circled above. The next morning, he found his entire flock of sheep torn to pieces, their blood soaking the earth. Deep claw marks scarred the ground, and strange hoof-like prints led into the forest, only to vanish without a trace. Word of the creature spread, and soon, no one dared to travel the Pine Barrens alone after dark. Families locked their doors at night, and children were warned never to stray too far from home. Some claimed the Jersey Devil was a demon, others a cursed beast, but all agreed on one thing: it was not to be trifled with. Superstitions grew, and locals began carrying iron talismans or reciting prayers to ward off the creature. Yet the sightings continued, each one more terrifying than the last. The legend of the Jersey Devil reached its terrifying peak in January 1909, during what would later be called the Devil's Week. For 7 days, a wave of panic swept across New Jersey and parts of Pennsylvania and Delaware, as reports of the creature flooded in from multiple towns. It was as if the Jersey Devil had emerged from the shadows to make its presence known to the world. In Trenton, a trolley driver claimed he saw a winged creature perched on a rooftop, its eyes glowing like twin lanterns in the night. In Camden, a group of factory workers reported hearing unearthly screeches coming from the sky, followed by the sight of a massive shadow swooping over the Delaware River. In Bristol, a woman named Mary Sullivan awoke to frantic knocking at her door in the dead of night. Trembling, she peered through the window and saw a towering figure with bat-like wings and claws glinting in the moonlight. She slammed the door shut and prayed until dawn, only to find strange tracks circling her home the next morning. Prints that resembled a mix of hooves and talons, etched deep into the frozen ground. The most chilling encounters came from law enforcement. In Gloucester City, a police officer named James Sackville claimed he and his partner fired at the creature as it swooped through an alley. The bullet struck the figure, but it merely let out a piercing shriek and vanished into the darkness, unharmed. In another town, a group of firefighters reported seeing the creature land on the roof of their station, its wings folding as it stared down at them with glowing eyes. By the time they grabbed their rifles, it was gone. The newspapers were ablaze with headlines. The Philadelphia Evening Bulletin called it the Flying Death, while the Trenton Times ran stories of mass hysteria, with schools closing and businesses grinding to a halt. Perhaps the most baffling evidence was the footprints. Across dozens of towns, people found strange tracks in the snow, hoof-like marks that appeared on rooftops, climbed walls, and even crossed frozen rivers without breaking stride. Scientists and zoologists were called in, but no one could explain the tracks. Some suggested a large bird like a crane, but the size and shape of the prints defied all known species. By the end of the week, the sightings tapered off, but the fear lingered. The Devil's Week of 1909 cemented the Jersey Devil's place in American folklore, transforming it from a local legend into a national mystery. As the 20th century unfolded, the Pine Barrens became less isolated, with roads and towns creeping closer to its edges. Yet, the Jersey Devil never faded from memory. Sightings continued, though less frequent, and each new encounter added to the creature's mystique. In 1951, a group of Boy Scouts camping in the Barrens claimed they saw a winged figure circling their campfire, its screeches sending them scrambling into their tents. In 1980, a park ranger reported finding a deer carcass with wounds that no known predator could have caused, alongside those same eerie hoof and claw tracks. The advent of modern technology brought new dimensions to the legend. In 2015, a man named Dave Black claimed to have captured the Jersey Devil on camera while hiking in the Pine Barrens. The grainy photo showed a dark, winged shape with glowing eyes hovering above a clearing. The image went viral, sparking heated debates online. Skeptics called it a hoax, pointing to the ease of digital manipulation, but Dave stood by his story. He described hearing a blood-curdling screech moments after taking the photo, followed by the sound of flapping wings fading into the distance. "I'll never go back there," he told reporters, his voice trembling. Scientists have offered various explanations for the Jersey Devil. Some believe it could be a misidentified animal, like a large owl or a sandhill crane, whose wingspan and eerie calls might explain the sightings. Others suggest it's a case of mass hysteria, fueled by the isolation and superstition of early settlers. A few bold researchers even propose that the creature could be a surviving prehistoric species, hidden in the untouched depths of the Barrens. Yet, no theory fully accounts for the consistent descriptions of glowing eyes, bat-like wings, and unearthly screams. The locals, however, need no convincing. For them, the Jersey Devil is more than a myth. It's a living presence, a reminder that the Pine Barrens hold secrets no one can fully understand. They speak of feeling watched in the woods, of hearing whispers in the wind, and of catching glimpses of something moving just beyond the trees. Some even believe the creature is tied to the land itself, a guardian or a curse born from the blood and toil of those who first settled the Barrens. So, what is the Jersey Devil? Is it a demon born of a mother's curse, a creature from another realm, or simply a story that has grown larger than life? The truth remains elusive, buried somewhere in the shadows of the Pine Barrens. What we do know is that the legend has endured for nearly 3 centuries, passed down through generations, each retelling adding new layers of terror and intrigue. The Pine Barrens themselves seem to guard the secret. The forest is a place of contradictions. Beautiful yet foreboding, serene yet alive with unseen dangers. The locals will tell you that the Barrens have a way of keeping their mysteries hidden. Even today, hikers and explorers report strange occurrences, sudden drops in temperature, unexplained noises, and the unshakable feeling of being followed. Some claim to have seen those glowing red eyes, watching from the darkness, waiting for the right moment to strike. If you ever find yourself in New Jersey, tempted to explore the Pine Barrens, heed this warning. Go prepared. Carry a flashlight, stay on the trails, and never venture out alone after dark. The Jersey Devil is said to be patient, watching from the shadows, its hunger never sated. If you hear a screech that chills your blood or see a pair of glowing eyes in the distance, don't look back, just run. Because in the Pine Barrens, the line between myth and reality is as thin as the mist that clings to the trees. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey through the legend of the Jersey Devil on World Mysteries. If this tale sent shivers down your spine, leave a comment and tell us what you think. Is the Jersey Devil real, or just a product of fear and imagination? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries that will keep you up at night. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.